Seekers of God. We are all seekers of God. If we are listening to this, we are definitely all seekers of God. Namaskar and welcome to Devakshar. We are doing these writings of Swami Shivananda or his memories and his talks from the book For Seekers of God, Shivananda Vani. So today's episode is about Shiva. So we will start today's episode. Says Shiva, the Lord of Yogis. How Sri Ramakrishna would be lost in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi when he would hear songs of Shiva for some time. So this is about Shivananda Vani, and this is about Shiva here in Shivananda Vani, and how Sri Ramakrishna lost himself into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The place again is Belur Math. Time is Monday, February 18, 1932. It was the hour of dawn. The entire world was absorbed in meditation, as it were, in the midst of quiet, placid nature. Under the wide canopy of the sky, the temples also were wrapped in silence of meditation. Close by, the sacred Ganga was flowing gently and a soft breeze was blowing. In the faint light of dawn, the monks at the monastery were quietly wending their way to the shrine for meditation. They seemed to be indrawn. Mahapurushji had been awake for some time and was seated on his cot. Who would know to what realm of blessedness his mind was soaring? So, such a beautiful description, the soft breeze and everything. We also need to get lost and into this imagination. Time slipped by. With the benign touch of dawn, the eastern horizon became bright with a tinge of rose. The birds started singing the praise of God, as it were. In the temple of Sri Ramakrishna, the blowing of the conch shell announced the hour of dawn worship. After the dawn worship, devotional songs appropriate for the hour began. It was Monday, so songs of Shiva were being sung. Monday is the day on which Shiva is specially worshipped. A sadhu of the monastery sang two songs composed by Devi Sahai, a devotee of Shiva. O Lord Shiva, thou who bearest the Ganga on thy head, listen to my prayer, and O Lord Shiva, take my boat across. Mahapurushji was specially fond of these two songs. Finally, the song beginning with the line, Shiva, the Lord of Yogis, seated in the yoga posture, is absorbed in meditation, was sung. The sweet music of the songs spread all over the monastery grounds. Mahapurushji became deeply absorbed in meditation while listening to them. He became motionless and remained with unblinking eyes. Gradually, Mahapurushji came down to the normal plane, although his mind still seemed to be steeped in the ocean of bliss of Shiva. Sometimes he repeated softly, Om, solution to Shiva, or Om, the Lord God is that reality. Sometimes he repeated, Bam Bam Mahadev. By this time, many sadhus and brahmacharis had assembled in Swami Shivananda's room. He gradually came down to the normal plane and started talking a little. The conversation was about the last song composed by Girish Babu. Mahapurushji said, what an excellent song Girish Babu composed. He began singing the song. Later he remarked, without the grace of the master, he couldn't have written that way. He composed the song having a vision of Shiva, so to say. How beautiful and profound the idea is. Time remained static in the presence while Shiva was absorbed in meditation. It describes the state of deep meditation. When meditation is very deep, one loses all sense of past and future. There is simple consciousness of the present, and that too very vaguely. That is why Girish Babu wrote, "Time remained static in the present." Then all sense of past and future is obliterated, there remaining only consciousness of the present. Of course, when the mind is lost in samadhi, there is no consciousness of present either. It is a state beyond past, present, and future. That state cannot be described. Only he who has experienced knows it. It is not an ordinary state. Coming down from it, one cannot find words to express the joy of samadhi. We have seen how Sri Ramakrishna would try without success to describe the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is the highest mystic experience in which the individual's soul is merged in the absolute, beyond all relativity, beyond speech and thought. Only he who, he says, has experienced such a thing knows what it is. Eventually, he would say, I wish, this is about Sri Ramakrishna, I wish very much to tell you about it, but I cannot. Somebody presses my mouth. Really, that state cannot be described. Only he who has had the experience understands it. When the sadhu who was singing at dawn came to salute Mahapurushji, Mahapurushji remarked, Listen, whenever you sing songs about Shiva in the presence of Sri Ramakrishna, be sure that you conclude with one or two songs about Mother, one or two songs describing some aspects of the Mother. Make a point of remembering this. You do not know? That is why I am telling you. When you sing songs, try to feel that you're singing for the Master's entertainment and he is listening to you. The Master could not bear to hear songs of Shiva continuously. One day, a great musician came to Dakshineshwar with the idea of entertaining Sri Ramakrishna. He was a finished musician and used to sing splendidly. From the very start, he began singing songs about Shiva. After hearing one or two songs, the master became absorbed in samadhi. It was altogether Nirvikalpa Samadhi. We never saw the master absorbed so deeply in samadhi before. His face became flushed. He was pulsating with a divine presence. His figure appeared larger than usual and his hair stood on end. How can I describe that sight to you? In this way, considerable time passed and the master would not come down to the normal plane. The singing continued. All were speechless with wonder. We seldom saw the master in such deep samadhi, nor did we see him having such a large figure. After some time, suddenly the master exclaimed, Oh, oh, as if he was suffering unbearable pain within. With great difficulty, he said, Sing about the mother. We understood that he wanted to hear songs about her. Then and there, the singer was requested to sing about the mother, and songs about the mother continued. Slowly, the master's mind came down to the normal plane. Later on, he stated that that day his mind was plunged into very deep samadhi and he had had a hard time to bring it down. The master did not like to stay long in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He came for the good of the world. If he remained in that state, that is, in the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it would not be possible for him to work for the good of the world. That is why he wanted to maintain the attitude of a devotee and be in the company of devotees. Meditation on Shiva represents the Nirvikalpa state. In that state, there is neither creation nor this world of living beings. The natural trend of Sri Ramakrishna's mind was towards the Nirvikalpa state. He would cherish some trivial desires in order to bring his mind down. Everything about him was unique. After remaining silent for a while, Mahapurushji asked an attendant, "Today is Monday. Are we not supposed to have a recitation of the hymn of the greatness of Shiva? When shall we have it?" "We shall have it now, Maharaj," answered the attendant, and taking a book of hymns from the adjoining table, he started chanting the hymn. Mahapurushji sat with folded hands and eyes closed. The chanting continued, Mahapurushji joining in. This is a translation of that hymn, a few parts of it. If praise of thee by one who is ignorant of the extent of thy greatness be coming, then even the praises of Brahma and others are inadequate for thee. And if all remain blameless by praising thee according to their intellectual power, then even this attempt on my part to compose a hymn is free from blemish. Thy greatness is beyond the reach of the mind and the spirit and the speech. Who can fittingly praise that which even the Vedas describe with trepidation? By the method of not this, not this. How many qualities does that possess, and by whom can it be perceived? Yet, towards the form taken later, whose mind and speech do not turn. Different from the paths of realization enjoined by three Vedas, Sakam Yoga, the Pashupata doctrine, and the Vaishnava Shastra, persons following different paths, straight or crooked, according as they consider that this or that one is proper, owing to the difference in their temperaments, reach thee alone, just as all rivers reach the ocean. O lover of solitude, my salutation to thee, who art very near and also far, far away. O destroyer of the God of love, my salutation to thee, who are the minutest as also the largest. O three-eyed one, my salutation to thee, who art the oldest and also the youngest. I offer my salutation to thee, who art all and who transcends all. Salutations to Brahma, in whom Rajas preponderates for the creation of the universe. Salutations to Rudra, in whom Tamas preponderates for the destruction of the universe. Salutations to Vishnu, in whom Sattva preponderates for giving happiness to the people. Salutation to Shiva, who is effulgent and beyond the three attributes, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. O Lord, if the blue mountain be the ink, the ocean the ink pot, the branch of the heavenly tree be the pen, the earth the writing leaf, and if, taking these, the goddess of learning writes for eternity, even then the limit of thy virtues will not be reached. O Lord, I do not know the true nature of thy being, of what kind thou art. O great God, my salutation again and again to that which is thy true condition. Mahapurushji recited the last few verses in a loud voice. For a while, all were silent. Then Mahapurushji softly remarked, "We observed that the master could not listen to the entire hymn on the greatness of Shiva. After hearing one or two verses, he would be absorbed in samadhi. He himself would recite the two verses which begin, O Lord, if the blue mountain be the ink, and O Lord, I do not know the true nature of thy being." He would burst into tears as he would repeat the last verse and say, weeping, O Lord, who wants to know thy nature? Who knows who thou art? I do not want to know thee or understand thee, O Lord. Give me pure devotion at thy lotus feet. Who can know him? Then the Bengali translation of the above verse were read, as desired by Mahapurushji. Mahapurushji remarked, Shiva, the Lord of Yogis, is the Guru of the monks. That is why Swamiji was fond of meditating on Shiva from his very childhood. Unless one renounces everything as exemplified by Shiva, the mind will not be absorbed in samadhi. I'll read that again. Unless one renounces everything as exemplified by Shiva, the mind will not be absorbed in samadhi. This is what Shivanandaji has to say about Shiva, the great yogi, and about Sri Ramakrishna. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a wonderful episode about Shiva and meditation. For more videos like this, stay tuned to Devakshar. Do subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos, and join us again on Shivananda Vani. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.